Hello, this will be a short video finishing up the internet layer, I think. Now, we ended right about here, and I made a mistake. I should have said that the router for connecting to different ASs is called an EBGP, and within an AS is called an IBGP. Now this is an example I made. It's similar to an example in the book in chapter 5. I have 5 autonomous systems. And what I'm going to try to do is see how one of a group of nodes could advertise themselves to the world. So I'm going to suppose that the node 4D, the router 4D in AS4, has a group of IPs that all start 225.165.100. So the first 24 digits are set, and the last 8 digits are any possibility. So 2 to the 8th is a good size number, 256, I believe. Now we'll just call this prefix X to have something to call it. We want to tell the rest of the world that we have this. So we decide that 4C is how we're going to communicate this. That's our border gateway. So we send the information, and we do it. Information has 3 parts. The IP address of the neighbor's gateway. That was 4E, pardon me, because that's how we get to the neighbor, the neighboring AS, and the name of the AS. Now, it was 2E. I shouldn't change. I was almost right the first time. 2E. So this would be 2E. So what that's saying is, if you're in Autonomous Network 2, you have to get to 2E, and then you have to use that to get over to AS4. And that will get you the prefix X. Now, what about if you're in AS1? Well, in AS1, you have to get to 2A. So AS2 advertises that if you want to get to X, you have to get to its 2A gateway, and you're going to go through AS2 into AS4, and then you're going to get the X prefix. That's in AS2. No, that's 1. This is 2. Now in AS3, AS3 has to go to 1DE, and then through AS1, AS2, to AS4. AS5 has to go to 3C, AS3, AS1, AS2, AS4. Now there's another path, a more direct path, but I'm just saying this is this particular path that is going to be identified. There are other paths. As I said, we could have paths through AS5. But now everybody in this group knows how to get to X. It's a mess how to get there, but it is. Let's suppose I'm at 1A and I want to get to X. I have to look at my algorithms that produced the routing table within here to tell me how to get to 2A. Well, it basically told me I have to go to 1F, so I have to find out how to get to 1F, and then that will get me over to 2A. Then the routing table over here will tell me how to get to 4C through 2E. So I have to first figure out how to get to 2E, and then that'll take me to 4C. And then the routing tables at 4C will tell me how to get to, I think it was 4D where I put the X, wasn't it? Yes, 4D. So you've got the results of an awful lot of algorithms in the hierarchy. You got the algorithm in AS1, the algorithm in AS2, the algorithm in AS4, and you've got the algorithms that connect the various autonomous systems. But you eventually get there. Now, that is all I'm going to say for a while, I think. And before I go on to the next layer, which is the link layer, data link layer. And in the next layer, we start getting into trouble, because the next layer is going to bring us Ethernet. And Ethernet doesn't obey the rules of the layers. Ethernet sort of lounges around at levels 3, 2, and 1. And it wasn't as obedient as what we've had so far, staying within one layer. We're also going to find that we get a new address. We have an Ethernet address, or it's better known as a MAC address, MAC, Media Access Control address. And things like address resolution protocol are meant to connect those up to the IP. But that's coming. This is it for now. Have a good week.